going on, guys? It's 12:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's still Sunday, the 13th of August, 2023, at Wayward John City, Roseman, California. Okay, so the question is, how the hell am I doing today? I mean, tomorrow is. It is, and I still have to get myself prepared for this. Part of me still wants to be apprehensive, scared as hell, and not quite sure if I'm ready to do this thing or not, to tell you the truth. And the other portion is trying to tell it, no, be brave, be bold, be yourself, get it done. Last term that we had, and it wasn't the summer, I'd refer over to the spring of this year. As I was trying to indicate on the other logs, that this was hard for me to do. Mama's thirsty. She'll probably need to go out again. That's my dog for you. But I am still thirsty. Not just for liquid, but I want to know if I can do this or not. I checked it out last time because I was scared and I wasn't quite sure, and I was going through the emotions left and right that was tearing me apart. Sorry, I'm not Vulcan. I can't put those things under control. Maybe deeply passionate, maybe deeply feeling, but I was deeply screwed up in my head and mourning and grieving like crazy, and it just felt like I couldn't do this. I could do this stuff for anything. So what the hell am I doing it for? And my question to myself is, my doubts and my fears are probably be putting me back to that thing again. But the thing is, I get a feeling, no, not this time. Not this time. I had talked to people about it. I mean, I talked to a therapist about it, if you want to call that people, but also on social media, you talk about it. And did a hell of a lot of videos, a hell of a lot of soul searching on this damn thing. And then I looked at the prep work I did so far. I've got to get new shoes. Spent about 2 days worth of DoorDash on this one. And I had to look at the finances, see how much I could, and I also noticed that I'm counting again that the tax situation had to get its own thing taken out. So rebalance the books, recheck the balances, and see how much I got left. And then compare to how much I've got to pay for the cable, internet, the phone, and Edison, and then just see if I can string that along. Because I'm not quite sure if I'm ready, or actually if I have any balances on the new card for school. There hadn't been any notifications, so I'm going to have to deal with whatever I've got this month. When you're totally dependent upon, not the government handout, but the Social Security disability payments. Cost of increases help out a great deal. So I have to keep checking out the balances and manage with what I've got, and partial payments if I have to. May not like it, but it'll be adding up to the next month's bill, and if I've got enough funding to flow through next month, then we'll try that way. Not looking forward to it, but it'll have to be. But how am I feeling right now as it is? Struggling. That's the thing. I'm struggling through this thing. I mean, how else am I supposed to deal with this? Trying to clear out the room on my phone. It's just in case if. It's just in case. And I don't know what else to say or do on this point. I'm just trying not to freak out and stress out and go insane at this point. At this time in the daytime, I'd probably be looking forward to taking an afternoon nap. But this is going to be affecting me throughout the rest of the day, and not to mention during the evening time when I really need to scrape up on those. So I got several more hours to stay awake because tomorrow's the big day, and I'm anxious. I know I'm not showing it like everybody else would say. I'm really anxious. I'm really ready to go like this one. I know I'm like a little timid about it. No, I'm just on the edge. Okay, I'm on the edge. I know the wrong decision making on this one here would be putting me back again in here, and then I don't know if I'll be able to go back or not. If the college system will allow me, if the funding system will allow me, but mostly if I will allow me. I was looking forward. I may or may not have been looking forward to this last time, and I know I was unsure because I was feeling the uncertainty of it. But this is what I got to deal with right now. Does it make me scared? Yeah. Does it put fear and terror in my heart where I'm going to be not doing this thing and just stuck and then kicking my ass for another several months? Because after fall, you got the winter break, and then you got the spring. I can't do this to myself. I'm not going to do this to myself. I know next month is going to be my brother's anniversary coming up on 5 years. Yeah, Ma's 5 years was devastating enough anyway. But I went through college anyway, and I had to talk to a therapist about it. This is the thing I've got right now. Besides doing my own self therapy, if you will, my own Diary of the Griever named John Weaver channel, which is me, which is me, not you, but me. So I've got that. An actual sounding board I can actually talk to about this one. But I know it's whatever makes me comfortable at this point over here. I don't want to be comforted. I want to be discomforted at this point over here. I want to be on the edge. I only had one large cup of coffee. That was about it. I'm going to be bringing in a tanker full tomorrow because I need to be on the edge. I need to be on the edge. I need to focus what I need to focus on, which is getting through the first day, and then we'll see what happens that day, which will turn into Tuesday, and then Wednesday I got to go repeat the whole damn thing. But this time we get it started. We get the lessons started. We get the materials going and brought into the classroom. And we'll talk about the materials. This is just introduction day. Telling us everything and anything that we need, and we'll start off a little bit. If we got the materials, fine. But if we don't have the materials, that's also fine. It's a crazy day a little bit. I mean, I'm bringing in the stuffed animals for a photo op. Do a video. Maybe get those things going. I mean, I kept telling myself that I was going to be doing this last term, and I didn't. Because I was so screwed up in the head, I wasn't even ready for this damn shit. This time I'm bringing in the stuffed animals. For some people, they'll probably think, he's got stuffed animals. Well, I'll tell you something. Other people use them for emotional support crutches, okay? I mean, I already got a physical crutch that I lean on all the damn time. I'm breaking that damn thing. I'm going to get me a new one eventually. Maybe with the school funding, I'll be able to afford just a little bit of it. But I need to get me a new cane. If this one's going to be wearing itself out, then I got to get me a new one. Or just replacement parts for the damn thing. Just the pads. That'll work. If I can get that going, then I can just deal with the cane as is. I can't tear the damn thing apart. I have to deal with that as is. But that's all right. I learned a hell of a lot in there. I locked the damn thing, so it's gonna take some time. Probably still getting me a backup anyway. But I'm still getting me new shoes. Cost me 2 days to DoorDash on this one. The thing is, when you're on limited income every single month, you got to balance. You got to figure. You got to your accounting 101, boys and girls. Oh, I took the class a few decades ago. Live with an accountant, bookkeeper, controller, tax expert. I gleaned a lot. I gleaned a lot. Just enough to get me in trouble. But the money that I would have, then I had to get my expenditure, my expenses, subtract it to whatever I balance, and then I got to divide that also with my other living expenses and stuff like that, and see how much I got to spend per day. That's how it works. And I always have to keep checking it from constantly, screenshots if I have to, but write the things down, record them somehow, one way or another. And I really need to get me an old-fashioned checkbook. I really do. Or I'll start doing a spreadsheet. Okay, give me a huge paper spreadsheet with a lot of pencils and a lot of erasure on this one. These days we do things the zeros and ones ways electronically. Each month I barely have enough to carry through to the next month. If I happen to forestall, cut back on a little bit of the bills, I have to pay that much more next month. I mean, the ideal is paying the bills 100% all the month. Build up the credit that way. But some months you just have to back off a little bit. Because you need to balance out. You need to eat, or you need to pay the bills, or both. Well, the rent becomes priority at this point. Rent has to be priority. I get the money, I pay the rent, and then I got to start doing the accounting work on this one. Revenue Act codes messing up. Oh God, liabilities. Oh. The accounting work that my mother would have to do, and I'd see all the damn countings with all the damn file numbers assigned to them, left and right. I'm not there yet. No, I just got basically what I know. But the other stuff I still have to record. Still have to have paperwork. I still have to have a paper trail. I happen to get audited one way or another. I'll have to have a paper trail of sorts. Bring everything to the situation. Including when you're dealing with taxes. You still have to bring everything that you got. I mean everything. So they can figure the shit out. And see whether or not you're going to get screwed over one way or another. Yeah. Something was crawling on her. So it's something to keep my brain occupied a little bit here. Instead of thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's not how I'm going to be able to deal with the classmates or the professor. It's how I'm going to be able to react to something I don't even know what I'm going to be reacting to. Always the fear factor in that one. It's like, now we got to throw the fear because it's the unknown. What's making it into a boogeyman here? What do I know? It's a college campus, new buildings, new computer systems. Maybe a professor I know or came across. Maybe the material I would understand. Okay. What's the problem? Let's see. New computer systems that the guy over there had to screw things up one way or another. Layout's a little bit different at this point over here. Not to mention dealing with a topic here that I may or may not be comfortable with. Uh, I guess that's it. I didn't really count on getting one particular topic that I needed for graduation. Let's get this straight. I need it for graduation, but the problem is I'm looking at this damn thing and I'm asking myself, do I really need this damn thing? Do I really want this damn thing? Not really, because I don't like to deal with it. I don't like dealing with the higher math forms. How to be logical and how to be functional at this point over here. I mean, accounting work is just accounting work. And I'm doing all sorts of calculations in my head of how much I'm going to be able to do things. I mean, it's consumer math. It's accounting 101. It's save receipts for taxes. Okay, so that's tax filing right there. And am I going to be looking at the stuff that I'm going to be salvaging for tax work or not? I don't know. Am I doing okay or not? We'll see. If my shoes are not going to be functional at this point over here, believe it or not, having a roll of duct tape is crucial. Because in this school that actually has maintenance staff, they don't have duct tape. When I was there last time, man, my glasses fell apart. Actually, the bows. I needed duct tape. They didn't have anything to keep them there. So I had to deal with glasses without them. Scotch tape doesn't work either. Not as bad, not as much as duct tape. So I had to bring a roll with me to class. Heavy, but it still works. Stuff for the glasses, but it's probably for the shoes. Until the new shoes come in tomorrow or the next day. But I have to make sure that I've got something to use. And I'll be looking like a damn slob. I'll be looking like a damn bum. I'll be going in there, and people expect to look their brightest best, and I'll be looking like a damn slob. Like, who the hell is this guy? I'm nobody. Nah. I mean, I can't. I probably do that damn thing, but if I really want my ego, I'm this guy here. Ha ha. Well, not really. Just don't pay attention to me. I'll just listen to the damn stuff, do my work, and get it done, get it over with, get out of there. If I happen to get a haircut, I'll get a haircut. If I can afford a haircut, that's the thing. When you're doing the balances left and right on your checkbook, there basically. I know it's a 20th century thing. We used to deal with these paper books left and right. I mean, you go to the bank and you put your money in a deposit over there. Say if you're getting a checking account of sorts, they give you a paper book. And in the paper book, it had columns and a description area for a date, and then you start up with your beginning balance in it. What you put in for the deposit, if it's going to be a savings account or a checking account, you make that indication on it, either on the outside or the inside or both, just to keep track. And then you start up. So anytime you're going to be using the ATM or even writing a check, always mark the damn thing in there because this is what you got. And then you do this adding and subtracting to keep continuing with your balances. So if you're going to be doing more and more withdrawals without any deposits, you're going to be seeing the figure going crazy and crazy until it becomes zero. Then you just killed your account. If there's not enough funds to keep it alive, uh, here's the fun part: the interest charges, the service fees. They'll eat it alive. Those you have to keep track of as well. And the banks would mail out the when your information basically. I mean, these days it's like trying to get like on a computer, on a smartphone, on a pad, get your information that way. Save it one way or another, and then you just keep track of your balances that way. I came from the old fashioned era, okay? You're a real professional. I mean, if you are a real professional, you would keep a spreadsheet. If you're a tax specialist or an accounting or bookkeeping specialist, everything would have to be coded. You would have special computer programs to keep track of your personal stuff. Quicken Books was one of those damn things. TurboTax for your taxes. Peachtree for personal and professional. Intuit was a company to deal with all the time. My mother would be getting discs like crazy to update. I always still had to find a room to back up stuff and put them on storage so we had more room in the computer, but she was just eating up too much of it. The more the updates they came, the more room it was eating up, and then, oh, good lord. Some things you had to take out. She didn't like it, but you only were dealing with so much room. And if you had funds coming in, you'd be able to upgrade. Storage space in there, add more memory if you could. Holy shit. But you had to back up on a constant basis there. And that's a lot of discs. That's a lot of DVD, actually CDs. Burn a hell of a lot of them. Back up on the programs, but back up on the data, back up. Oh, God. When they switch to flash drives and micro SD cards, makes it a hell of a lot easier. It's expensive, but they're making a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, you can do your accounting on your phone. Why not? Do your taxes on the phone. Do apps. As long as you got enough memory on your phone to do the damn job. Take out programs left and right just to get that going there. When they had Lotus 123 out, I trained on that damn thing. I used it for, I kept track of inventory. Worked as temp at a bank in the file room for several months. Hated it. But it was money coming into the household. I still hated the damn thing. I couldn't switch anywhere. I was locked into the damn thing. But I had to make do. So in order to keep track of the stuff I was dealing with, I had to make an inventory sheet. I had to make an inventory database to keep track of everything. Files coming in, files coming out. Who's got them? Who doesn't have them? What's it mean for this one? I mean, I had to do something complete. I had taken a computer correspondence. Actually, I've been on a business school on this one. And part of it was dealing with inventory spreadsheet stuff. And I had learned how to do that one. It came in handy. And I continued to do that. I continued to use that. It came in handy a lot of times. I know there are other sophisticated programs out there. And even the word processing programs out there would have a spreadsheet program. I know these days you got PowerPoint and God knows what else they got. I'm so out of the game, it's not even funny. So I'm like antiquated. I'm a dinosaur. I'm prehistoric. However, the knowledge still works. I still miss it. I still miss doing things the old way because I'm seeing the new ways and I'm like, this isn't a way for me to keep track of it. I need an old damn spreadsheet. Problem, those damn things are too damn fucking big. I need to learn how to do them on the computer again. Build up the database and then really work on the damn shit. I did this for my mother for a long while. Granted, she was doing most of the work, but whatever she couldn't do, I did for her. She wasn't backing things up. She was just dealing with the clients and getting the facts and figures. And sometimes I'd help her out with the damn stuff, just doing the data entry and doing the backups and then upgrading, trying to keep the systems from blowing up, keeping the computer from having that meltdown. I see these new technologies coming out left and right. And I keep thinking to myself, I'm still old school. I'm still dealing with things in the old school way because that's what I know is old school. I'm an old dog. But even old dogs, one way or another, can learn one thing or another. So I have to be open minded. When I was going back over to college, in my current adult life, I had to be open minded what the hell I was getting myself into. Yeah, first semester scared the hell out of the crap out of me. Had an English professor we didn't see eye to eye. It's the reason why I'm making up the class this time, so I can reverse what the hell I did last time. I had to understand what the professor wants, write it in a way that she likes to see it or he likes to see it, and then go from there. Critical thinking and literature. The only English class I could get into that was available when I got over to AV College, Antelope Valley College of Lancaster, California, several years ago. A few years before my brother's death. It's like 3 or 4, maybe. 3, something like that. First semester I get was English, and I got history. History of Vietnam, and I get English. And the thing is, they tested me out in their computer systems because I still retained knowledge of what I did a few decades earlier concerning about essay writing. I still had basics. I still understood what the hell was going on. So, to it, I surpassed 101, English 101, and I was ready to go on for others. I wish to God I'd taken English 101. If I had taken English 101, I would have learned what they would talked about regarding writing styles that they had that you need for certain departments, certain divisions. Class would have it one way. Well, actually, sociology would have it one way. Social studies would have this. English would be part of it, or if you're doing another report on something else, maybe sciences would have to have it this other way. I mean, depending on which particular formats he had. I'm grateful that online I can look at some of the stuff and try to understand most of it. I had been going on the high school crap that I've been dealing with for a hell of a long while throughout my life, but then understood when I took the business course, I learned how to do business writing. Make it sharp, make it concise, make it bullet point if you needed to. Sometimes professors I've dealt with would ask for bullet points, not insist upon it. Different professors have different writing styles. And since I thought I had a handle on the English language, English writing styles, I thought I could deal with collegiate writing and I thought I could deal with the academia. And that first semester taught me I didn't have my head in the game. I had my head and my ass handed to me on a silver platter. Just because I was trying to interpret something in one way and I thought I knew better. And she was looking at it from a different aspect that I didn't consider because her viewpoint to me was invalid. If I had taken the time to analyze where she was coming from, even though with with a lot of inquiries to figure her out, I may have passed the class and wouldn't have to take this class, but I didn't. I thought I knew better. She was going to one particular topic. I was going to challenge the professor on this one and say screw her. I saw the grade and I saw what the hell happened to my GPA. I may have tried to get full credit of the damn thing, but I got a D out of it. That's kind of deflating. And then everything else was just away from the English for a while. Get other classes done, get the other reports going on until I get another English class going on. And then I was starting to work on the reports. I was getting my traction in that one. We'll see what happens this semester. Yeah, it's got me nervous about it. But only because I'm going to be scared about the whole damn thing and not quite sure what the hell I'm getting myself into. This time, I have to keep my mind open. You're right, I don't know what the hell I'm getting myself into. However, we adapt, we overcome. Work through the process. Work with what we know. Learn something new. Add to it. I may not understand a hell of a lot of things, and I know I don't. But you know, that's supposed to be okay. That's supposed to be okay. That's supposed to be all right there. That's how it is. And if I can accept that, then I can accept what else is going on these days. Yeah, it makes me nervous. It makes me a little bit rattled in my cage at this point over here. Why not? But for me to say no on this one, then I really got to think that I can't do a damn thing anymore. And the thing of it is, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that because I got to get into it. I got to. I got to. Period. There's no other choice. I mean, there are choices. There are choices in the situation. However, I've got to keep telling myself that this matters. Yeah, I'm scared about the whole damn situation. Yeah, I don't know what the hell to expect at this point over here. What am I supposed to expect? Let's see, 16 weeks. Sometimes 16 weeks are just, that's it. As long as I'm busy, kept into the game, I'll wake up one day and they're all gone and they're all memories. And add another mark into the transcript. If I get a C or above, I'm not complaining. Doesn't matter if it's a low C, like a C minus or above. I know, low expectations at this point over here. No, not necessarily. Because if I know I'm trying to do as best as I can, and I'm expecting myself to get a low C, and I'm going to get maybe a low B out of it, now that's something. If I happen to get an A out of the damn thing, I'm like, well, freak me out, went on I? And that'll add up to the GPA. Everything adds up to the GPA. So hopefully, when the day comes and I'm on the let's see, where the hell are they going to be having the ceremonies at? And it's going to be one of the hardest days for me to deal with. Yeah, a lot of people will be proud about it or be crying about the damn thing. Me, I'm just going to be out of it. Because the hardest damn thing is, I know, in a way, my family would be smiling at me like crazy. Maybe someone will just say, you could have done better. Well, maybe I should have a long time ago. But if I happen to get a college degree at this point over here, I know I earned the damn thing. Because I busted my ass through the damn thing and everything else I got through. So yeah, I get it. I'm going to treasure that son of it. I'm going to treasure that piece of paper. But the thing is, after that, then what? We'll see what happens during those days. One semester at a time, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. I'm not backing off on this one. No way in hell. I'm not about to do that to myself. And I sure as hell ain't going to do that to everybody above who's still watching this thing. Not this time. Not this time, family.